What's up, everybody? Welcome to another video on Capture Planet. Today we're going to go over the video, A Great Police Debate, Angry Cops vs. Michael Malice, the Culture War live with Tim Pool. I haven't watched all of this. I did watch the first 15 minutes, and I'm going to tell you now, just from the first 15 minutes, Michael Malice, he's a piece of shit. I mean, he did not show up to debate or whatever, but we'll get more into that, and you guys will see it eventually. Let me give you a little background on myself. I am a previous convicted felon, okay? I did a bunch of things when I was younger that was bullshit. I shouldn't have done it. I hurt a lot of people. I was convicted and sent to prison. I did my time. I got out, changed my life, and I'm here now. And I was interested in watching this video because, to me, I like to see both sides of the field, you know what I mean? And right now, I am subscribed to Angry Cops. I think his material is funny and his content is just amazing. Like you really get a sense of what's going on, and he brings up topics that a lot of the media doesn't. So he's also a great guy. He exposed the Buffalo school debacle where the schools were hiding crimes that were happening, and yeah, man, he's just just from what I can see, he's a great cop. He's also a drill sergeant. I'm sure he does great at that as well. I don't know much about Michael Malice, but just from watching the first 15 minutes, I can tell you now, this guy really needs to check his ego. So we are gonna watch this video, and I'm not gonna watch all of it because I want to tell you, hey, go ahead and go check it out yourself. It's called The Great Police Debate, Angry Cops vs. Michael Malice, the Culture War live with Tim Pool. Tim Pool has a great channel. Definitely subscribe to him. He's man, he brings light to a lot of situations that people need to be worried about, and not so much worried about, but people need to be informed about. So, and like I like to tell my little one, do your own research, okay? Don't listen to everybody. Don't listen to the media. Do your own research, and you'll find out. So let's get into the video.
Because inside every cop is a feral pig that when you talk to police, they will easily twist your words without any guilt whatsoever.
How dumb is Alex? Alex doesn't know when to shut up. Michael, I have a question.
I don't answer questions from police.
Love that you said that.
I've asked you a very specific question you will not answer.
Correct, I won't.
You won't.
Okay.
I changed my mind. You're right. You barely said anything, and you look like a felon out of all of us. You can find out afterwards if you want.
Ladies and gentlemen, pardon me, I'm losing my voice, but I'll do my best. This is the second live culture war at the DC Comedy Loft. We've got a great panel here. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be very funny. I imagine it'll be a bit contentious. This is the Great Police Debate. Why don't we start from the right and have everybody introduce themselves?
Hi, my name is Rich. I do things on the internet, and I'm also a police officer on YouTube's called Angry Cops.
Yeah. You guys know who I am? Primetime 99. I am the pimp on a blimp, and I say, fuck the police!
I would gladly get fucked by that man.
No Diddy.
Hey everybody, I am Michael Malice, and I'm here to remind you that the cops are not your friend, that you can talk your way into an arrest, but you can't talk your way out of them.
I'm gonna say this real quick, okay? For anyone who's ever dealing with police, the best thing to do is just keep your mouth shut. Don't explain nothing. Yes, I know you want to, and you want to try and cover your tracks, but the best thing to do is not say anything, okay? Do not say anything. Just go ahead, get an attorney. If you're in trouble, don't say anything because, like your Miranda rights say, what you can say can be used against you in the court of law, okay? Just shut up, get a lawyer, and go from there, okay? That's the best advice that you can have. Trust me.
I'm Jason Ellis. I'm a criminal. I was born in Australia, so I want to say fuck the police, but I really like them, but I don't know. Fuck everybody.
Right on. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I am Tim Pool, your host, along with co-host Alex Stein. This is gonna be a lot of fun. And of course, I think to kick off the great conversation, I will start with the truth, and that is no cop anywhere for any reason has ever done anything wrong.
I disagree.
So you guys admit that you're corrupt? Okay, debate, you lost.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, you guys, let's get out of here.
I guess it's over. We'll all give up now and let Baltimore go back to what it was.
Yeah, okay. Because there's no cops in Baltimore.
That little comment he just made, there's no cops in Baltimore. I'm from Baltimore City, okay, southwest Baltimore. I lived on the east side off of Edmondson Avenue when I was younger, and we moved to the west side. There's actually a place called Brooklyn Park, Glen Burnie, and Curtis Bay. I lived in that area. It is bad. That area is very bad. It is a port for drugs. Heroin is a big thing there. And I'm going to tell you now, it's the cops there are not just the cops. A lot of cops are corrupted. The mayor at one point was corrupted, and you know things don't look too well for Baltimore City. I mean, it's ridiculous, but that's what all cities that deal with drugs and crime. Okay, like you know, you can't just look at it one way. You got to look at it both ways. Okay.
What I want everyone here to realize, because this is something I'm being very serious now, despite dressing in my clown costume,
Imitation is the highest form of flattery.
right? Okay, if you think this is flattering, that speaks to you. What I want to point out, in all seriousness, is it doesn't matter if you're Republican, Democrat, Communist, Anarchist, Fascist in your day-to-day life. What matters is how you interact with the police, and you need to appreciate that. They are not there if they show up to never talk to the police. They are there to hurt you by their own admission. And I want everyone to repeat after me something very simple. It's all I want you to think today. Cops are human beings. Can you repeat that after me? 1, 2, 3. Cops are human beings. And human beings are capable of great heroism and great evil. And you'll hear my colleague throughout today acting as if cops aren't human beings, and they act differently than other human beings. They do not. They are human beings, period, and that means certain corollaries, which I think most of us understand, and which you look forward to us exploring today.
So I have a question, because there's that famous Supreme Court Justice.
Castle Rock?
Is that who that was? And he said never talk to the
Oh,
police.
no, he was a former Attorney General.
Attorney General.
Yes.
Here's the issue, is that I've had people try to kill me and my family.
Who's talking over there?
Someone, they should not be. No, so
Am I going to have to?
Already abusing authorities. One of us. One of us.
Okay, here's a serious question. My family's been threatened. We've had crazy people show up threatening us. We had a guy show up to our old property and attack one of our employees. I have no choice but to talk to the police.
Because of the police, correct. So if you had a different kind of...
Well, no, because we want to stop them from doing it.
And did they do that?
The people, did they stop?
Yeah.
So I'll put it this way.
Them? Did the cops do the job they claimed they were going to do?
Probably not.
It's
Probably
like
not.
It's like C+.
Okay, so here's the thing. If you have a producer on your show... I'm sorry if I'm interrupting your guys' conversation.
Shut the fuck up!
If you have a
Disorderly conduct.
if you have a producer who's... What is wrong with these people? If you have a producer who's not doing their job, you get rid of them. If you have a photographer, if you have a sidekick, co-host, whatever, you get rid of them. It is when you have a monopoly on a service where there's absolutely no accountability. If you watch I don't know how many people here have been burglarized. I hope it's few of you, but some of us have. There's not even if Amazon doesn't deliver a package, you get a refund or store credit. If a store doesn't deliver a product, you get a refund or store credit. It is only a monopoly when there's actually not even a pretense that, yeah, we're here to protect you, but if we didn't, well, tough shit, there's nothing, we're not even gonna pretend to do something about it. And everyone just kind of takes this as a given because this is the world we grew up in. And my point is, it's not at all acceptable that someone who takes a job onto themselves and who doesn't deliver, you're just like, oh, well, what are you gonna do? That's all I'm saying.
Fair point. We did.
Okay, let's go over this. If someone is coming after you and your family and stuff, yeah, you're gonna call the police. Okay, I don't understand how he is able to make this argument when cops wear body cams. Okay, when you call the police, one of the main reasons you call the police is, one, you need assistance to deal with the situation. Two, it is a deterrent. Okay, it is a deterrent from someone burglarizing your house. It's a deterrent from someone assaulting you. You have to remember, like, cops can't just like come and say, "Oh, that guy, he's doing this. I'm gonna lock him up." Like their hands are tied too. Okay, it's like a job. You go to a job. There's rules. There's regulations. I mean, you have to follow those rules and regulations. Okay, there's standard operating procedure. And Tim Pool said he gave him a C plus. Yeah, they went down there. They took a report. Okay, clearly they showed initiative if he gave him a C plus. If the guy was still there and they arrested him, great, okay? But the guy might have fled. No, I would need more context on that story. But to say that cops don't do anything and that it's a waste of time, it's like, if someone burglarizes your house and takes your stuff, who are you going to call? You're going to call a friend and have them come over and do the investigation and go ahead and find this person and get all your stuff back? No, they can't do that legally. A cop can, and there's cops that have. I mean, I can tell you from experience, when I committed my crimes, there was a report against me. Okay, did those cops investigate? Did they go out of the way to search for me? Absolutely. Did they catch me? Absolutely. Did I get in trouble? Absolutely. Did the people get their stuff back? Absolutely. You can't say that cops don't do their jobs. It's just a waste of time because it's bullshit. I know from experience that, yeah, they do their jobs. Okay, not every cop. You can, out of 100 people, you can't say every 100 or every person is going to be great. Okay, like you're always going to have those ones that are shitty and don't do their job. I mean, I just don't understand with him making this argument. It's so stupid. Like and what really gets me is you say the cops don't do their job. You dress up as one. Someone's talking, and then you pretend, oh, do I need to do something? So you're pretending to be a cop. If you don't think cops do their job, then why pretend to be a cop and pretend to get up and do the job? I mean, you're back asswards.
Did hire private security after this.
You had to.
Yeah.
And you pay a lot in taxes.
Oh,
and
yeah.
if that money was being used correctly, this problem wouldn't. Those people would be in the ground.
Yeah, Rich.
And real quick, Rich.
I'm on Michael's side now.
Well, I want to say this though, as a black man, like I get pulled over all the time
Yeah.
for some.
My police.
I want to get back. I want to get to the. I'm gonna skip through some of this. I just want to get to the debate between the Malice and angry cops.
Thing because there's tons of private enterprises that do private security work, including people that fight against the exploitation of children and work alongside police and do better than police because they're privatized.
Correct.
So yeah, we don't have a monopoly on protecting the American
You have
citizen.
monopoly on arrest. You have monopoly on putting people in jail, and it's always a given that if there's an emergency, there's not a 911 that is like an Uber service for people who have to maybe be qualified, pass certain certifications, and then they can have a rating based.
I'm sorry, there is now. We cover this. It's called like Protect. It's in California. They're starting to make them.
Sure,
Uber for security.
That's exactly what should be universal.
And there's police boards that state, or they go over like a police officer's background and their complaints, and they're part of the community. They're part of like a mayoral or city thing.
So we all know what happens in schools. I know someone who's this mentally handicapped guy who's doing a lot of great work because teachers unions do a great job of protecting the predators from having any consequences for their behavior.
It's very true.
And do you know why? Because teachers are human beings. And unions will act in a certain way. They will protect their own, and that is their job to protect their own. So when teachers act inappropriately, it takes a lot to get them fired. And here's the thing. I know that my colleague and I can't lie because cops only tell the truth. # believe cops. So everything I say, you should double check for yourselves, right? So Google what like teachers unions and sexual abuse, and the results will shock you. Now, the idea that the police unions are going to be any different would only be true if cops aren't human beings. They are human beings, and unions act identically regardless of the field. Their job is to protect their own people from any consequences. And there's story after story. Let's look at the Eric Garner case. How much money would Nancy Pelosi have to give you to put your hands on someone for selling cigarettes? It's insane. And none of those people lost their jobs without any consequences for it. The only person who went to jail in that situation was the photographer.
Is your mustache coming out of your nose? It's so tight. You guys can't see it. It's like right in the hole.
It's rooted in the brainstem.
So I have a question.
The brain stem's in the back.
So when I said that we had
But you wouldn't know that, right?
we had a crazy guy.
See, that's bullshit. He's attacking. Like, clearly this guy has gone through some type of trauma with police or something, because he's just being a certified dick. He is 50 shades of asshole, and you know, this doesn't even look like a debate. Like, this just looks like he's just being a whiny bitch and just going in there and saying what he thinks is true, and it's like, dude, grow a pair. Like, clearly there is stipulations cops have to follow, and there's things that are set in place to prevent police from doing things out of their procedure. You know what I mean? Like, once again, body cam. Like, I don't I'm not understanding where he's coming from and trying to, like, why he's saying all this. And I in a little bit I'll prove to you guys that, cops are most cops are genuine. Some aren't. Okay, I will say that. Most cops are genuine. And if anyone is listening to this Mike Malice, you need to go get your head checked, because what he's saying is just retarded.
Come to our property, attack one of the residents there. I said I have to call the police. I talked to the police, and you said because the police make me. Who is going to track this person down and identify them and then lock them up if there were no police?
Well, I don't think that person necessarily should be locked up. I think that person should be in the ground, frankly, number one. Number two is I don't really know necessarily what the alternative would be. Hold on.
If only we had somebody to investigate it.
And
See, that's a good point. Like, so you don't believe somebody should go to jail, you believe someone should be killed for making a mistake. Yet you're going to argue in the beginning that cops are also humans too. Like, your argument is so stupid. You really should just rip your mustache off and eat it and just shut the fuck up.
Okay. Well, see, I'm gonna. He's gonna have to use a lot of sarcasm and quote unquote humor because he knows his position's indefensible.
He's funny.
Let me.
I'm not finished. To answer,
You are finished. You trashed it, and then you said you don't have an answer to it.
Ooh.
He's a black woman, and he has the right to speak.
Okay.
You talking about me or him?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. In that case, I'm finished.
Okay, but here's the point. You said that guy should have been in the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why?
In this scenario, when someone comes into my property and attacks one of the residents, you would agree that, or is the position then put him down, shoot him?
Yeah. And let's talk about how the cops enable this sort of situation.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't want to gish you up. So address that one, yeah.
Yeah, sure. So if you look at cases like Jordan Neely in New York, if you look at the 2020 riots, there's a great example of this. The cops have no interest or obligation to enforce the law. Every so often, they're just going to say, yeah, you know what, we're not going to do anything about it. And you have absolutely no recourse. In fact, they are far more interested in arresting and persecuting people who are there enforcing the public safety than they are in attacking and harming criminals. Like I said earlier, if someone burglarizes your house, you're going to have no consequences whatsoever. But if that person steals from a CVS or whatever, they're on the streets in 5 minutes and the cops just shrug their shoulders. The cops have a lot of influence with the politicians who give them orders. And you do not hear them saying, wait a minute, you guys are legalizing shoplifting and this is causing problems in the community, because they are just there to follow orders. Now, cops, again, are human beings. They are not sociopaths. They just follow orders from them.
Yeah, cops are human beings, and you're a sociopath. Listen, it depends what state, county, it depends where you're at and how the cops have to abide by the rules that are given to them. Like I said before, it is a job. If the cops are told, hey, let's not focus on the retail thefts and let's focus on bigger crimes, their hands are tied because they're following the rules and they're following the commands that are given to them from their higher ups. So for you to say that cops don't like enforce the law, yet they're being forced to do something, and they're enforcing the rules that they're being told to do. Like you can't. Your argument is so stupid. Like stupid.
And that, I think, is something far worse than not having a sense of right and wrong yourself. It's when you take obedient orders from people who are depraved, like Gavin Newsom, like Nancy Pelosi, and just close your eyes and do whatever they tell you.
Okay, exactly. You take orders from the people above you because that is your job. You don't do your job, you don't get paid, you don't have a job. You know what I mean? Like, so how can you blame the cops for the higher ups, like the governor and stuff? Complain about the governor, not the police. I mean, and if you got such a problem with that, don't live in that state. I mean, clearly you have some built up rage and aggression against cops for some reason, and you need to go see somebody about that. You got issues, man. Like I'm a convicted felon, okay, and I'm gonna tell you now, like I have a lot of respect for police because I know that they do their job, and by them doing their job saved my life, okay. Like I was a drug addict, strung out, committing crimes, hurting people, taking their things that they worked hard for. Okay, cops caught me. They processed me. I was convicted. I like I had to go do time for the things that I did. Okay, but by them doing that, it helped me get my life on track. I wouldn't change my past for anything. Like that's the past. The past is that's what I did. Okay, that was my choice to do all those things. But by the police doing their job, it saved my life. I got clean. I got out. I had a kid. I got a job. I own properties. I own cars. I became an upstanding citizen. I mean, I literally helped teach soccer. Okay, like I do what I can when I can. Okay, and I give out a helping hand when I can because I know I've been on the other side of that life. So for you to say that cops are all bad and everything, it's stupid. You're stupid.
So, regarding your situation, it is crazy to me that the only solution we're put forward is you have to call the government, and the government's not going to do a good job of it. So I'm not going to even deny, for the sake of this debate, that the cops are a necessary evil. But I'm just going to have everyone walk away, I hope tonight, with understanding that nevertheless they are an evil.
But it sounds like your argument is more so because we're forced to pay for it.
Well, it's not that we're forced to pay for it, but B, they're not doing us what we're paying for. I have no problem with like food stamps, right? We're forced to pay for it, but if no one's starving, great. And if it's wasteful, I don't fucking care. Like I don't want to see starving kids. You know what I mean? But if you're gonna take money for security, why is there any crime at all?
This guy is fucking stupid. The reason there's crime is because there's not enough police. Okay? There's a bunch of dumbasses out there that are going ahead and doing what they want whenever they want and pretending that there are no laws.
Your workflow is
Okay? You can't sit there and say, "Oh, if I pay taxes and we have police, there shouldn't be any crime." Okay? Look at the numbers. Okay? There might be how many precincts in a city? Like let's example, there might be 300 cops to a city that holds 1.5 million people. Like get the fuck out of here. Like you're an idiot if you think that there's not going to be any crime. There's always going to be bad people. Okay? There's always going to be stupid people. We have an epidemic in this country. It's called drugs. Okay? When people are on drugs, they are not in their right mind, okay? And when they don't have drugs, they're willing to do anything to get drugs. So for you to sit there and say, "Oh, there shouldn't be any crime," no, don't blame the fucking police. Why don't you start focusing on like blame the people committing the crimes? You know, the police can't help that. They can only do so much. They're trying to stay within their rules and regulations, but also they're trying to make sure they protect and serve, which they do.
important to us. Please wait indefinitely.
With Monday.com's intuitive
Oh man, I've got like so many rebuttals to the thing that you said. I wish I had a notepad. One, why do police officers get unions? Unions are bad. They only protect the person because there's bad people that take advantage of complaint systems. So then they complain about police officers that are proactive. Two, if you don't want police officers showing up, how do you want us to be proactive? You don't want us to be proactive, but you want us to show up when a crime happens and solve it. But you don't want us to be proactive to stop the burglary from happening at Tim's house. Second, what was the other one? There was another one.
Shooting the guy dead?
Shooting the guy dead. Well, that's not good. What if he's accidentally trespassing even though you didn't properly label the signs? Now you killed somebody without justification, so we have to make sure that happens. How does that happen? Rules set in place by the government, whether it's local, city, county, etc. Geez, what did he just end on?
I don't know, but Rich, I have a question though.
No. I have to take a point because he did something that's very dangerous, and I want you all to realize what he just did.
Dangerous man.
You are, because you can kill people with no consequences.
That's not true.
Okay.
You are a fucking idiot for saying that. You can kill people with no consequences. You're an idiot. How many stories are there in the news about cops doing that and then fucking going to jail? You're a fucking retard.
Okay, cool.
There are some
Hold on.
consequences.
I just dealt with riots from George Floyd.
Okay, that's cool. I'm speaking now.
Okay. So it's not okay to listen to Rich when he's trying to explain to you, hey, he just dealt with riots from George Floyd. Okay, let's get into this example. I worked for a company, and what they did was they did restoration. Okay, I used to go after hurricanes hit and tornadoes, fires, whatever, earthquakes. I would go in, I'd fix up the schools again, I'd fix up hospitals, try and get the thing back in. Okay, when Katrina hit, Katrina was a disaster. People were literally fighting over bottles of water. Okay, you don't understand what people will do to survive. Guess who was there to help keep law and order? The police, the military. They went in and they did what they could, okay? But like I said, you got to look at the numbers. There's not enough police for a city, okay? Like when Michael hit and Mexico Beach got hit, there was looting everywhere. You'd see signs everywhere saying "You loot, we shoot." Okay, is it justified? I don't know. Depends how the scenario plays out. But guess who was there to try to stop all the crime? The police. They could only do so much with what they had. You can't blame the police for everything when their hands are tied in certain situations. Quit being a dick about the situation. Let them finish. No one cares what you're saying. What you're saying right now is just stupid. Like, you clearly need help.
No cop ever does anything bad. Just like if you go to jail, no one's a criminal. Just ask them. But again, he's one of the good ones. It would apply to me. He said
I like Rich.
that I don't want the cops to be proactive. That speaks to motive. Now imagine if I have drugs, it's intention to distribute. If we're talking about manslaughter versus murder, that's talking about motive. He is comfortable getting on a mic in front of everyone and that's being taped and putting words in my mouth. Now imagine a cop has a bad day, you're arrested, he has to testify. He will have no problem saying, I heard him say it. I heard him say he doesn't want us to be proactive. Now it's your word against his.
No, it's your word against the fucking body cam, you dumbass.
And you've got a jury, half of whom are going to be complete idiots and think the opposite of you.
Oh, so getting judged by a jury of your peers. Huh, that's funny, because when you go to a jury trial, your side gets to pick the jury, okay? The other side gets to pick the jurors. You know what I mean? How are you going to say that they're stupid and they're against you? Yeah, it's 50-50. You get an even shot. You know what I mean? How the fuck can you sit there and say, oh, everybody's against you? No. You know what? Dude, you need to you need help, bro. You need to tuck your shit between your legs and give your man card up because you're a bitch.
It's 2 against 1. And this happens all the time. I don't care what anyone thinks about me tonight. I care about what you walk away with and realize if you talk to the cop, you just saw he didn't hear everything I said and remember everything I said. I don't blame him. But what happens when he...
Because a bunch of your shit is nonsense. You're a fucking pussy, dude. You are a pussy. You're trying to make a statement, yet you're dressing up as a cop. Yeah, no one can understand what you're saying because all you're doing is fucking talking in circles. Like, you sound like an idiot. I don't even know if I can make it through this whole video.
That's that police report. What happens when he testifies against you? You are fucked.
No, you're not fucked. It's what did you say in the body cam? Okay? The body cam is recording everything. Okay? You're fucked if you went ahead and fucked yourself. But you know what you can do? Don't put yourself in that situation. How about that? Don't put yourself in a situation where you have to be in a court with a jury and you have to decide whether or not, hey, Am I going to go to prison or am I going to get set free? Just don't do the fucking thing that puts you in that situation, and you don't have to fucking worry about it.
Well, I just want to say this, and Michael makes some good points, and I would say overall cops probably aren't bad, Rich, but my question for you is, when you looked at the pandemic and you saw some, like, the mask police, that they're actually using people like yourself to enforce stuff like wearing a mask, like, is there a line that you would draw where you're like, hey, listen, I believe in the First Amendment more than I believe in my superior telling me what to do?
Yeah.
Or are you just going to follow orders blindly like Michael says? Because a lot of cops did, but a lot of cops were gracious to people like myself that didn't wear masks. So I guess how much personal responsibility do you get even as an officer?
So I want to say that Michael is right in some aspect of this, right? There are people that follow rules, and those rules are bad, and they shouldn't follow them. However, on the same side, or opposite side of the same coin, there's a thing called police discretion, which I've used before, which says that if I look at something as an individual that happens to be a police officer, and I deem that I don't want to do anything about it, good or bad, we can debate that later, I can choose not to. And I'll give you a personal example of how I did it in the right way, and that's New York State has very strict firearm policies. I had somebody that came from out of state that had a legal permit from out of state, but in New York State didn't recognize that pistol permit. I pull him over. He had marijuana at the time; it was illegal. I pull him out, search the marijuana. He tells me he has a firearm in the car he's carrying legally. He's not in New York State. What do? I unload the firearm, I put the firearm in the glove compartment, I put the ammo on his seat, and I say, hey, I'm not one of those New York City cops that doesn't like guns. I'm all about you carrying legally. Go home. If you load it, keep it in your hand, in your whatchamacallit, the glove compartment. Thank you. And you'd be great on the stand. And take it back to the state that you're from. Make sure you follow all traffic laws.
I'm all for freedom as long as it's legal. What he just admitted to everybody, shamelessly, is that he only enforces the law when he feels like it. There is.
It's police discretion. Okay? Oh my god! Look at the guy beside fucking Malice. Like, this guy admitted to being a criminal and everything, and he's even fucking laughing. He's just like, dude, you are an idiot.
No.
Oh, come on. He's saying that he uses discretion. I think that's a little different.
I think Michael doesn't like that.
No. Let him speak. Let him cook.
Yes, I am going
Let
to
him
speak.
cook.
There's no other product or service where if the person has a good day or bad day, it's what's going to happen as a result of it.
That's not true. That's not true. There's
You
a
go
lot
to
of-
any store and you ask the barista for coffee, they're not going to be like, nah, I'm not going to give you
What
coffee.
about the, what is it,
If
the
you go-
Malaysian flight MH370, right? That pilot was having a bad day, and then they all died.
We're talking about America.
No,
Michael.
they got teleported away
Michael, that-
by orbs in the sky.
Yeah.
Michael, the bartenders right there can get in trouble for overserving. They can choose not to overserve you. Isn't that?
Sure. So anyway, what I'm trying to say is,
See, it's not okay for him to make a point, and your rebuttal isn't good enough, and you know that you're out of fucking line. So you go ahead and you're like, oh, yep, sure, whatever, da 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 da. You just want to get your point across. You want to be a little fucking baby, and oh, this isn't fair. I want to go ahead and get my point across because it's all about me. No, it's not about you, dude. You're a fucking pussy. Okay? You are a pussy. You need to fucking just shut the fuck up. Let the cops do their jobs, and just stop talking. I mean, literally, just stop talking. People would get more out of this debate if you just shut the fuck up.
I am going to ignore it because this is a distraction because the bartender doesn't have the problem put you in a cage. Only cops have the discretion, as he pointed out, that at any time they can throw you in the back of their cop car, throw you in a cell, say disorderly conduct. And the thing is, cops come in pairs. They have to, right? They have to have backup, and that makes sense. So I brought my backup here as well. 1 second.
Oh my God, I'm so excited.
This is your ship, once a beacon of hope, now a wreck buried in alien soil, shot down in
It's amazing how this guy is bitching about police, but then he knows, oh, you got to have backup. So now you're just making yourself look stupid because guess what? Now, when there's two cops, there's two body cams, there's two angles. So what the fuck? Sorry, guys.
It's a lot.
Yeah, oink, oink.
I wish you would have called him Babe.
No, Babe's cute and shouldn't be shot.
Wait, that's a boar, not a pig.
Yeah, because inside every cop is a feral pig that that is one comment away from putting your head through a wall. What's that overshowing, Salat? Google domestic violence rates in police. Well, you shouldn't trust what this pig has to say, but I would hope everyone at home Googles that. And here's something else about the police. In the same way that obnoxious people who talk too much are drawn to podcasting, as the three of us can attest.
Everyone up here.
Everyone up here. And in the same way that people who want to prey on children go to where the children are, violent people are going to be drawn to jobs where they're able to use violence without impunity. It's a small percentage, let me be clear, but cops are human beings, and human beings act in certain ways. So if I'm someone who's a sociopath, I'm going to be a politician. If I'm a loudmouth asshole, I'm going to be a podcaster. And if I'm someone who likes to take out his violence on other people legally, I'm going to end up as a cop.
Well, actually, I have a
I take
question.
that
No,
personally, Mike.
wait, no, I want to ask this question though, Michael. Would you think it would be better if we used AI robots as cops?
Better in what way?
Like, do you think that that would help protect citizens more if these were AI robots doing this?
I depend on who would program the AI.
Did you
don't
see
think?
Elysium? They were very mean in that.
That's what I'm saying. That movie, the AI cops are dickheads.
You're not even allowed to do sarcastic robot voice.
They didn't even use discretion.
I can't
Yeah,
speak to that.
see?
I can't
So,
speak to that.
I don't
They
know.
broke
I'm-
that dude's arm for no reason.
That
So-
never happens in real life.
Michael, I have a question.
I don't answer questions from police.
Love that you said that.
That's good.
Don't ever do it. I'm not. Here's why. There's two people in America who think words are violence: social justice warriors and cops. If I call Alex the N-word, which I do all the time, and I will again,
I didn't hear it, but I wish I
There's-
See our
did.
text
There's-
messages. They're
there's-
bad.
there's plenty of leftists who will tell you that it's appropriate for him to beat me in a coma because, hey, you shouldn't be calling black people the N-word. Cops are the only other group where if you say the wrong thing, they feel entitled to knock you into a coma and pat themselves on the back for it.
Anyway, so you said that because the job requires violence, or there's like a level of violence that has to be.
I didn't say that.
What did you say? Is it something that cops
I
draw
don't-
people because it
you
is a
should
job of
listen to what I'm
violence?
saying before you try to quote me. If
That's
you're a
why I
police
asked you.
officer. I'm not answering questions from the
Well,
police.
you're not very good at debating.
I'm not debating you.
This is a debate, isn't it?
What about a conversation? Can we be friends?
Oh no, you can't.
Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends?
Why can't we be friends? Why can't we?
He's trying to
be
love bomb
friends?
Michael to
Yeah.
trick him into being
Those
friends with
acapella.
him.
Here's how cops operate, and he's using another technique.
They're singing and being nice.
They come to interview you. Hey, my partner's crazy. My partner's a madman. I'm the nice one. I'm just trying to help you.
Alex is
Just,
crazy.
Just answer a few questions.
Good
I'll be
cop,
on my
bad
way.
cop.
It'll be cool. You answer the few questions. If I go to Tim, I go, hey, Tim, I got to put up a painting in my house. Can I borrow a power tool? Sure. And then I go, oh, by the way, Tim, this power tool, I can and will use this against you. All of a sudden, it's like, whoa, hey. They tell you explicitly, anything you say can and will be used against you. And here's something else. If you tell a cop something that would help your side of the story in a lawsuit, in a criminal case, that's hearsay. Oh, he said, but if he doesn't remember something you said or gets it a little wrong, like he did repeatedly today, all of a sudden it's his word against yours, and now your story doesn't add up, and now you're a liar. And now, very quickly, bad things are going to happen to you as a consequence.
Well, actually, I
don't
wanna-
ever talk to the police without an attorney.
Michael has a good point. And I want you to answer this though, Rich, because you deal with these interrogations and people you interviews, whatever.
Soft
interviews.
words, kind
And you
hands.
give them their Miranda rights, and you know that most people you deal with are retarded, and they don't even understand their Miranda rights.
Wow, I'm just like you. Yes.
Yeah, I admit that I am retarded. My point is, you're dealing with people that don't realize that they are incriminating themselves. Michael does have a point in that they actually are afforded a free attorney. And oftentimes I watch the first 48, and you see the dude in there that, double murdered somebody. A couple times you're like, hey, where's my attorney? Where's my attorney? And then the guy will end up still talking because they give him like a Pepsi Coke, And
Delicious.
what I'm saying is,
It brought the world together. Caitlyn Jenner did it.
she did.
Notice how
That-
he's changing the subject.
that ended
Still
ended
talking about
racism. But what I'm talking about, that they don't even understand that they would get a free attorney that would tell them to shut the fuck up, and you still ask.
That's bullshit, because if they're being interviewed, when they got arrested, they were read the Miranda rights. And the Miranda rights said, hey, anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. If you can't afford an attorney, one will be provided. Okay? And then at the end of that, what's the cop say? Do you understand these rights. I mean, how can you say, oh, hey, you're given the opportunity, you acknowledge what's being said to you, and now you need to just shut the fuck up. If you continue talking, that's on you, not the police. Don't use this up against the police, because guess what? It's not their fault. It's the person who is sitting in that chair wanting to talk, okay? They're not making they set him in a chair and they gave him a drink. Is that the police fault? No, they gave him something to drink. They're treating him with respect. I mean, he's willing to talk.
Some questions. So do you ever feel a little guilty because you are taking advantage of somebody that doesn't realize the situation?
Just because you're dumb doesn't mean that you don't understand the words that I literally read for you from.
That's what dumb means, not understanding things.
But real quick though, you understand that it is a challenging thing. You give them the Miranda rights one time.
Sure.
They might not understand the concept that they get a free attorney.
Well, that's why I asked them, do you understand these rights that I've just read to you? And they have to respond.
I understand that you asked that question, but
and then follow-up question, I have to ask, knowing these rights in mind, having these rights in mind, would you like to talk to me now? I have the card.
I know that.
Hold on, just in case we all forgot.
But you know that you are asking questions to a person. It doesn't even matter if you sat there for 10 minutes and lectured them on what legal rights they had. They still would not understand what it is because some people have a 70 IQ. Do you ever feel guilty for them basically not taking advantage of their legal rights, like a free attorney?
So the amount of people that I've questioned that I've read their Miranda rights to, which start off with, you have the right to remain silent. If you don't understand that, or if you but there's a difference here. Everybody's talking about, like, are you smart enough to understand it? If I say you have the right to remain silent, and then I continue to question you, and you say, okay, I would like to be questioned, there's no much more I can do. I'm not a psychologist. If lawyers want to then take up that aspect of saying, hey, Alex is so dumb. How dumb is Alex? Alex doesn't know when to shut up. And then they can argue that. But unless you're of noticeable mental decline, I'm going to read you your Miranda rights. I'm going to ask you at the end of them, do you understand each of these rights I have explained to you, having these rights in mind? Do you wish to talk to us now? And you say yes, then I'm going to talk to you.
Well, how about this?
No. I got one thing. Notice he's not even pretending that he's going to help the person. I'm not a psychologist. We've all talked to people.
Who am I helping?
We've all talked to people. No one. That's the point.
The victim?
We've all talked to people.
Maybe the victim.
Someone who's innocent until proven guilty. He's someone he's questioning. We've all talked to people. You explain something to them, you realize, okay, this person has no idea what the fuck I'm just talking about. And that's happened to him repeatedly. But he knows, as long as he's got the assent, just like when you check up the terms of service on some website or thing, his hands are clean, and he can go and pursue the arrest and the conviction.
No, you're wrong. Because when a cop is allowed to detain you, if you were under the suspicion of committing a crime, okay? They can't just arrest you because they think that you were the one that did it. They clearly need to have some type of proof that you committed the crime. They can detain you, okay? And if you end up getting arrested and they're reading you your rights, clearly they have something against you. There's nothing saying that, he's just willing to lock somebody else or lock somebody up because he feels like it. No, because that's a lawsuit in itself, okay? When you're detained, you're not arrested. You're not in cuffs, okay? They're allowed to hold you up to 72 hours for investigation. Well, where I live, I think it's 72 hours for investigation purposes. But you can't say, he's locking you up and he's taking advantage of you because, you don't understand your rights. Clearly, they read you the Miranda rights. They ask you if you understand it. And even when I went through interrogation and they said, do you wish to talk to me? And I said, no. Okay. They didn't talk to me. Instead, they processed me. They went to jail. They came back and asked me if I was willing to talk. And when I said no, they said, well, we have evidence saying you did this. I said, okay, you can prove that in the preliminary hearing. At my preliminary hearing, that's where you get to see all the evidence against you. And they had plenty enough evidence, even when I didn't talk. So you can't say what you're saying. It's stupid. I mean, this guy really bugs me, man. Like, clearly, he's got a vendetta against cops for some reason, and he really needs to check himself. Like, he is a fucking loser.
So you finished that the Miranda rights with do you want to talk to me, yes or no?
Correct.
Whether the person answers yes or no indicates, we're getting feedback, indicates some understanding. And it sounds like what you're asking, Alex, do you ever feel guilty because maybe they actually don't? What if the person wants to talk to the cops and they accidentally say no because they don't understand it? They can misunderstand
It never works that way, Tim. It never happens where they accidentally ask for an attorney and get one.
No, I'm saying the cops are like, do you want to talk to us? The guy might be thinking that I understand what you're saying. My point is logically it can go either direction. They can
logically it goes in one direction.
Oh shit.
Get away from it with your metal teeth, guy.
I don't know. I do have.
But before we go to the audience, I do want to ask Michael.
I was going to respond.
If there were no police,
Let's respond. Yeah, it's a good question.
Okay.
So, if you feel like police officers taking advantage of people that don't understand their rights or don't understand the conversation that they've been in, I would ask you to bring me with some sort of story. Just bring something up where you were having a conversation with somebody who felt as though they could not talk to you or didn't understand the conversation, and then you continue to have a conversation with them.
I'm saying the inverse. My argument is more for what Alex is saying. Alex is saying there are some people who don't understand and they'll talk to you anyway. My argument is the statement of do you want to talk to me can go yes or no.
Correct.
Misunderstand in either direction. Meaning, I understand the point. It's probably rare and maybe it's a stupid point. I don't know. But there may be some people who want to explain to the police something that happened. It may slightly be incriminating, but they're worried about having their kneecaps bashed in by gangs. And they're like, I don't understand what this means, so I'm not going to say anything.
If you want to what if every legal thing, I'm with you, but I would need something for me to
I don't follow
bounce
the
off
question
of.
either.
If you're a man who makes at least 150 grand a year and you're still embarrassed to take your shirt
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Okay. Something for me
Yeah,
to
I don't follow
bounce
the
off
question
of.
either.
What's that?
I didn't follow the question either.
Okay.
My friends.
Now we're finally friends.
Don't touch me. That's assault.
Not consensual,
Okay.
so I'm not doing anything.
Let me just ask you, Michael.
Notice,
Before we
I'm
do
not
this,
even kidding at all.
But before
I'm not. No. I'm going to say this point. Notice how comfortable a cop is getting in your face. And my point earlier is, I'm
It
not
was to
joking.
your backside,
I'm
sir.
not. You laugh. You should laugh right now because that's obviously humorous. Now imagine
Yeah,
what
it
happens
is
when there's no
humorous.
cameras and there's no witnesses
There's
and
always
he's
a
in a
camera,
bad
there's a
mood.
body camera.
All of a sudden, he's going to be very happy to remind you who your place in life and who you should be talking to with the polite
Okay.
mouth boy.
So before we go to the audience, I do want to ask, what would we have if there were no police?
Well, we need security. So this idea,
Like security, like the people that try to get me to stop skating some ledge at the front of a building and they're fucking dickheads.
Yeah, they suck.
yeah, specifically those people.
Only them.
We want to clone them. Great contribution.
This guy's a
Security
fucking
is
idiot.
an extremely important thing. These movements that you see in these big cities to defund the police are, to me, insane because they're defunding them to a point, but they're keeping them in place to make sure people can't protect themselves. So you have the police taking out Kyle Rittenhouse, you have them taking out Daniel Penny, but everybody else is rendered helpless and defenseless. So security is far too important of a job to be left to monopoly, let alone a government monopoly. We need police accountability and we need private security to increase.
Okay, the Kyle Rittenhouse thing is just stupid because he was acquitted. I mean, clearly you can see in the videos they were attacking him. They were trying to kill him. He defended himself. Daniel Penny, there was a crackhead on a fucking subway who was doing dumb shit about to hurt somebody. So he went ahead and put him in a fucking chokehold. Okay, without his actions, a bunch of people could have got hurt. So how, like, for you to say that they're defunding the police, but then keeping them in for their own thing, that's just so stupid. No, it's a bunch of fucking weirdos that want the police defunded because they get this idea in their head like, oh, the police are bad, the police are bad. But then guess what happens when the police are defunded and they're not there and things go wrong? Who's the first person they try and call? The police. I mean, your argument is just stupid.
But as it is now, there is no accountability. And the people who are if you're in New York, one of the reasons I moved to Austin, thank God I did, is because I knew if someone broke into my house, and I have pretty cool shit, and I tried to defend myself, especially with a firearm, it's far more likely that the law would fall upon me than upon the guy breaking into my house. We see this over and over. And those laws are enforced and only enforced by the police.
So
Fuck, no. Come on. No. Those laws are enforced by the district attorney's office and the politicians that you elect. It's not my fault that you decided to live in a shitty city with bad rules that I choose to ignore because I believe in the Second Amendment.
Okay, cool.
You chose to live in a state that says here
Guy needs to shut the fuck up so Rich can talk. Rich gave him his time. Now the guy needs to shut up so he can have Rich can talk.
are the guidelines, and then you go, it's the cops' fault that they put handcuffs on me. Not at all for the fact that there's a judge, a jury, a district attorney, a state senator, and a governor that are all against you, not the cops.
Okay.
Just because we collect you doesn't mean we're responsible for the end result.
So if I hire Tim to kill Alex, which one of us has committed a crime?
Both of you.
Right. Thank you. So just because an evil person tells you to do something and you follow their orders, you're both committing wrongdoing. And I want to ask the people in this audience, how many people here lost a loved one during COVID? Anyone? No.
Me.
Okay. How many people couldn't visit their old folks during COVID?
How many people couldn't go to church during COVID?
Right.
There we go.
No.
How much money would Joe Biden have to pay you to arrest someone for trying to go to church?
Fuck Joe Biden.
Agreed.
Yeah. Hell yeah. All right. Well, let's.
How much money? No. How much money would Officer Kamala Harris have to pay you to arrest someone for having a funeral?
Fuck Kamala Harris. All right.
Thank you. Wait, no. I'm going to finish my point. We've all said earlier that cops are human beings, but in one capacity they're not. Because what separates humans from non-human animals is our conscience. And when you become a cop, you give yours away. You say, I am going to do what the sociopaths tell me. And if they tell me to shut down that lemonade stand and make that little girl cry, I'm not going to lose an ounce of sleep over it.
One quick question for Rich before we go to the audience. The police officers who unconstitutionally shut down churches in New York, should they be arrested for that?
They should be charged.
All right. Here. Constitutional
That's a good question.
conspiracy
All
against
right,
rights.
let's get into the show, Tim. You ready for this?
Let's go.
Are you guys ready for this? Are you guys ready for this? Let's get the energy going. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to call out a name. You guys walk your ass and hurry your ass because we got to have a hard out at 5 p.m. And remember to tip your damn waitress. DC's expensive. Or waiter, whatever. And that's cool if you're gay or trans. We tip them extra. Tip them extra, just to be extra nice.
Give them a tip. They lost theirs.
But get your ass over here in this corner. We're going to give you a minute. Oh.
Huh?
And real quick, I believe there may be another autographed mustard floating around somewhere. And if
there is indeed, Tim.
If you get it, you get, what are we doing, a free board?
Yeah, you get a free skateboard.
Free
Check your table
skateboard.
if your mustard bottle is signed.
Check your mustard right now. Let's get this out of the way. Pick up your mustard.
But just come to us after the show with your mustard. Let's get some people.
All right, let's get this going. Now, our first person, Walt K. Come on down. Where's Walt K?
Where does Walt go?
I don't know. Walter K.
Where does he go then?
Oh, he goes to the right, to that side of stage. I don't see him. I see you're moving slow, Walt. Let's go.
Find the white
On
man
over
with the
here, over
lead
here.
Get the lead out of your ass and let's move.
This way, right over here. See me?
Hurry up.
Big flashy white kid in the white stuff. Hey, what's
to the right of stage.
Stop putting your hand
Now
up
open
like
door
that.
hole. Hurry. Don't be shy.
All right, bro, you got 1 minute.
All right, 1 minute for what? What do you guys want?
First of all, I'm going to go with...
All right, hold on. All right, so I had an interaction with the cops today.
It's my fault.
No, it's not your fault. But I just got to look at this this generation of cops. They are young as fuck.
Yep.
And I guess it's because I'm getting older, right?
Yeah.
And so I just, the EMTs that even showed up, they looked like they were 15, 16. I'm like, what the fuck? But I guess my point is, they didn't look like big burly men. They're not like you. They're not like Tim. They're not like Alex Stein, who looks. Are you on Ozempic?
No,
and
it's just fentanyl, cocaine.
He's got cancer. How dare you?
Like, you were skinny as shit, dude. What happened? But
Pip on a blimp, dude.
I don't know what's going. Look, I didn't expect to be up here, so I'm a little nervous. All right, cameras
You're
in my
scared.
face.
Do you like cops?
No, I'm not scared.
Can you smile so we can see you?
Yeah, we can actually come on. Okay, that's been your 1 minute. I don't know. Should this guy?
But anyway, my point. I guess my question is
question?
how do you see the future of policing if we're just allowing
Bitches on the job.
pretty much?
Got you.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, Michael
Thank
doesn't
you,
want big, strong men that could commit violence. So I'm gonna
Notice
go
he
with
put words in my mouth. I never said that or
5'4"
implied
thick
it.
Latinas because we know they can scrap. Somebody doesn't want to deport them, and I'm behind that movement.
Thank you.
But the thing is, in reality, you have to, and this is going to sound super cliche and shitty. You have to bridge the gap between community and police, right? If you don't, then nobody's going to respect you. And if you don't bridge that gap, if nobody respects you, then every time you show up, they're gonna disrespect you, get in a fight with you, push the boundaries until they're resisting or obstructing, and then you have to effect an arrest.
Exactly.
And so there is an image, like my fantastic partner has to show, that police officers should have because they are part of this larger authority of the community. Does that make sense?
So notice how easily he lied about my views and put words in my mouth. He said, I don't want cops to be big, burly guys. I said that the police, that's not what I said. I said the police as a career attracts violent people, and it's a small percentage. I said those words or words to that effect. At no point did I say it's preferable for the police to be small people. And again, I don't care what you think about me. I don't care what you think about any of us on this panel. What I care about is when you talk to the police, they will easily twist your words without any guilt whatsoever or any kind of consequences or apology, and you're the one who will be ending up paying the price.
How can your words be
Man, I
twisted?
disagree.
That's nice.
Oh, that's nice.
No, let Jason. Well, Jason, what do you got?
Consequences.
How can your words be twisted? Once again, I'm going to beat it into your head. If there is body cams, okay? Your words can't be fucking twisted if there's a body cam. Forgive me, guys. I'm looking for something. This guy just blows my fucking mind, man. He's such an idiot.
Or apology, and you're the one who will be ending up paying the price.
Man, I disagree.
That's nice.
Oh, that's nice.
No, let Jason. Well, Jason, what do you got for us? What do you think?
I look like an asshole. I look like a criminal. Usually, when I talk to them, like when I'm calm and I'm not like doing anything illegal, and I go, "Hey, man, I get it. I look like this, but I'm not doing anything bad." They're very nice to me.
I'm sure. I'm not doubting
Have I bumped into an asshole cop? Yeah, but that's like you're trying to say that cops wanted that job so they can be pricks. There's pricks all over the place that aren't police.
That's true.
There's a bunch of people that have bad
true.
days and they act like assholes.
Absolutely.
But there's also cops. I've been smoking weed in Australia where it was completely illegal, and they were like, you're harmless.
Okay.
Off you go." They could have fucked my whole life right there.
Okay.
They didn't.
Harmless. Jesus, that was a dumb cop.
Okay. Well, but
Man, I changed my mind. You're right.
But
fucking jerk off.
First of all, you're one data point, and you're absolutely correct.
How dare you be that data point and not a person? Good call, cop.
Okay.
Imagine being able to build anything.
I love how when Rich makes a joke and it's a good point, like this guy can't rebuttal. He does not know how to rebuttal.
Point being, every field, you're absolutely correct, have people who are assholes, beauty queens, politicians, teachers, barbers, everything, anyone count out. It is only the police, when someone is an asshole, that they have the legal right and discretion to, if you're giving them an attitude, throw you in the back of their cop car and fuck your shit up for a very long time. That's all I'm saying.
Well, let's clarify that. They actually don't, but the argument is they have connections and
what do you mean? They can get you for resisting. They can get you for disorderly conduct.
Right. My point is, to the letter of the law, they can't legally do that. You're saying they have to lie and break the law to get away with it.
A lot of those things are in the opinion of the officer. And he will...
Dude, there's a way to fix this whole problem. Don't put yourself in a position or a situation where the police are going to be involved and you're going to be in that situation. Okay? Don't commit crimes. Don't be a fucking dickhead. Okay? Yeah, there are cops out there that have a bad day, but you know what? You know how much bullshit they have to deal with? They have to deal with a fucking lot. Trust me. I know. I was a fucking asshole when I was younger committing crimes. When I got caught, I was a fucking dick. I called them every fucking name in the book, and I told them I was fucking their mothers, their wives, everything. And guess what? I was a fucking asshole. And you know what they did? They still showed me respect. They didn't beat me. They didn't fucking torture me. They didn't slam my face into the car or nothing. They took me to the jail, and I got processed. I mean, this guy, like I said, this guy clearly has a fucking problem with the police, and I'm not going to be able to watch too much more of this video. I know I said that earlier, but, like, it's starting to give me a fucking headache just listening to it talk. Like, he's a fucking idiot. So, I'm going to... I'm at 36 minutes. I'm gonna watch a few more minutes. I just want to hear a rebuttal or two from Rich, and then I'm gonna say my ending. And yeah, you guys can think what you want. Like as far as I'm concerned, this guy is retarded. Okay, I really think he wants to be a cop, but since he can't be one for some reason, he wants to pretend like they're the worst people in the world.
Let me try this. Can you, for any reason, because you're angry, make up charges against
No,
somebody?
you got to make up a charge. Yeah.
Can you make up charges against somebody?
No.
That never happens.
But cops
No.
do lie.
Okay.
Cops lie.
And that's illegal to falsely
and
charge
it is
somebody.
illegal to lie, and there are repercussions for those people that do it.
But the argument, Michael, is that you're saying they get away with it, which I don't disagree with.
Yes. Here's
Not
here's
that
something
they have a
else.
legal right to do it.
Assume everything I'm saying is not true. What I would encourage people to do, as I've done, is watch a lot of police body cam footage.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
I
agree with
should.
that.
And I'm not
channel's
finished.
great.
It's going to make you appreciate what the cops have to do a lot more. Because if you're calling the cops, you're not calling the cops because things are nice. It's not like, oh, hey, officer, we're having a birthday party. Would you like a piece of cake, please? Right? Here's the thing. If your day, 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, is dealing with shitty people doing shitty stuff, it does a number on you. Because what? Cops are what?
There you go.
Human beings. I had a friend, Jim Moore. He was a sheriff in rural Illinois. Great guy. And part of his gig before he was a sheriff
so he's
was
a great
investigating
guy. He's a
child
cop.
abuse.
Oh, me too.
I never asked him for details because I didn't want to know. I don't think anyone in this room wants to know. The kinds of things people do to their own kids, let alone foster kids, is unimaginable. And after a while, he quit. And do you know why he quit? Because it got to him. How could it not get to you? You do that kind of stuff inside and out, you're going to look at people in a whole different way. And that's what happens. It's not even their fault. You show up like this young guy on the force, and you're trying to help your community. After a while, people yell at you. You see these police body cam where someone's like literally a shooter. The cops try to take him down, and he's swarmed in the ghetto, and they feel very unsafe. And you don't blame them for feeling very unsafe. My point is, after a while, this hardens you,
dude.
right? And if you have that interaction with that hardened cop who's having a bad day, you're the one who's going to be paying the price for it, and it's not even his fault.
Let me ask you this, Rich. I think it might have been Donut Operator who told the story. I could be wrong, where they had just gotten a call about a child that was killed in a car accident, a baby.
That was Cody, yeah.
And then after that, he has to go deal with some angry woman who's bitching at him.
A Karen.
And they don't understand what he just witnessed and experienced.
Right.
And it's like torturous.
It's difficult. Yeah, they're like, I'm not going to lie. Like, the job comes with risks that are involved. It doesn't mean that you deserve those risks, but it means that there's risks that are involved. I currently get mental health from a psychiatrist because I need it. Because I'm an SVU detective, so I deal with crimes against children, domestic abuse, sexual assault,
No
etc.
human can handle it on their own.
Correct.
It's not possible.
They need help. And yeah, it is difficult, but at the same time, I haven't had the spillover that other police officers have, so it's hard for me to connect with that.
Would you know it if you had?
What's that?
Would you know it if you had?
Yes, because you know what? You're right. I did have spillover. And I had good officers that were next to me that pulled me aside and said, you need to sit down. You need to cool off. And there are laws right now in New York State, I forget what law it's called, where it is an officer's duty to intervene if another officer is doing excessive force in their eyes.
Yeah, but there's also a duty in the military if people have to do that. Then you have the My Lai massacre.
Yeah,
so
okay.
just because something's on paper, and I'm sure that happens sometimes. I'm sure there's a lot of times because you trust your partner, people trust their partners. You see your partner being out of it, it's like, well, and you're like, oh shit, thanks for checking me. Like, and that person will be grateful. But there's plenty of other times when you and your partner, it's you two against the world, and someone who's from a certain socioeconomic class is giving you lip, and you're not having it that day. And I don't know that I would do differently in that position. I'm not pretending otherwise.
Let's get some more people.
All right, let's get some more people. Now, this name, what is this? Alex, Alabama? What is this? Alex, A-L-A, Alex Alaburn?
Alabama?
Alex, hurry up. Let's go. Oh, I like this guy. Let's go, Alex.
I want to say something, too, with what Rich just said. I do deal with a bunch of shit, and he openly admitted that he seeks mental health, and they should, But at the same time, for you to say the cops are all bad and everything, yeah, he just proved his point. Like, cops aren't bad. They're going out. They're looking to stop crime. They're looking to help children. They're looking to make sure that, when people wake up and they're going to have a good day. They're going to do what they need to do, and they don't have to worry about being robbed, being kidnapped, being R-word. You know what I mean? And the fact that he's agreeing with him and saying, "Oh yeah, they should have good cops." Yeah, they do have good cops. Not they should, they do. The fact that you're saying that all cops are ignorant and they just want to put you in jail is that's just blasphemy. Like you literally just have you probably had a bad situation one day and then you decided, hey, you know what, cops aren't for me, and that's fine. Cops, you don't have to be, but you know what? Next time someone robs your house, steals your car, or hit or assaults you on the street or whatever, don't call them. Okay, simple as that. If you don't like them, don't call them. That's all I'm gonna say.
I know it is tight quarters, but come on down. Things are going to get spicy. You're going to have 1 minute. Either ask us a question if you want to debate something. As soon as you start talking, we're going to start the timer. All right, what do you got for us, Alex?
I just got sort of a long question for Michael.
Oh, God, these are always so much fun. Can you have a 5-minute speech first, too?
No. If you're against police, do you think individuals should be trained in public?
The mic.
Sorry. If you're against police, do you think individuals should be trained in public schools to de-escalate, shoot, fight hand-to-hand combat, handle crime scenes evidence, large-scale criminal organizations?
I think there's a lot of young men in this audience and elsewhere who would be great assets to their community, and if they are more encouraged to be de-escalating, and like if you see in a bar, right, there's two guys getting in a fight. Very quickly, most of the time, people jump in, strangers, and separate them. In this country, I can't speak for other countries, there is a huge motive and part of our culture that we help each other out, we try to de-escalate violence, and we try to prevent violence. What happens when you have...
What are you talking about?
Have you seen the videos from Cincinnati?
Yeah. People just pull their phones out and film it. They don't help shit.
Yep.
In certain cultures, yes. That's
Hashtag
true.
I don't want to be sued.
There's lots of other...
I think the problem is this guy lives in a fantasy land, and he doesn't know what he's talking about, and it's a shame because two guys get in a fight at a bar. Yeah, even if people go in and break it up, you know why the cops still come? So it doesn't escalate. It doesn't go outside into the streets, or maybe you don't know. One of those guys who got in a fight could have been like, oh, he got the best of me. Let me go ahead and go get a gun out of my car. No, the cops show up to help prevent that. Okay, right now I live by a city where all the time you hear in the news, oh, 18-year-old going to prison because he killed another guy over a girl or a fight that he lost. You know what? If cops would have been called, they could have handled that. But you know what? Cops weren't called. And look what happened. Someone loses their life in prison. Someone loses their life by getting shot. And now both families are destroyed. So.
I'm not okay, DC's fair. DC's very different. Sorry, Texas has spoiled me. In certain parts of this country, thank you for the correction. In certain parts of the country, it is very much the case that people are neighborly. If there's a problem in the neighborhood, people try to get together and solve it. That is very much discouraged. And just like charity is very much discouraged, because you have the government to rely on that puts less and less responsibility for individuals to fix this. And a great example of this is, again, Daniel Penny, or Perry, I forgot his name, I'm sorry.
Both, actually.
Right, what is both?
There's two. One, Penny was in New York and Perry was in Austin. Perry was the guy who...
Oh, no, in New York, Daniel Penny.
Right. But Perry was the guy where the guy at the protest showed up with a rifle at low ready.
I just like how
he
you...
shot to defend himself. They arrested and charged him.
So I would love it if not only were more people incentivized and have that sense of no one's coming to help me, because when crime is seconds away, the cops are minutes away. And one of the great things about living in Austin is knowing that I sleep with a piece under my bed and one in my office, and if someone comes into my house, I'm not going to have to live in fear.
Except Daniel Perry was in his car driving when a mob approached his vehicle. One guy had an AK, low ready, raised up, and when he saw the gun being raised, he shot him, and he got charged.
Okay.
And then he got convicted, and then had to get a pardon from the governor.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad he got pardoned.
Indeed, but that's still Texas.
Sure. Austin is a little bit of an outlier, but the point is, I'm not in favor of that verdict. I'm saying that's the kind of thing that should be encouraged more of.
Here's what I want to say.
Let's call somebody out.
Real quick. What I want to address this in that it seems like the real issue is not police at all. It's cultural fragmentation.
Well,
if you have
what do you mean by fragmentation?
If you have a village of 100 people,
sure,
and they all say Rich is going to be our cop, we trust him and we like this guy. When he stops somebody, he knows that he's got fear of being shunned or ostracized for acting out of line.
Yes,
And so the problem we have now is in these very large cities of millions of people, the cops are like, don't know you, don't care, I'm done with you.
Well, this is actually something that they tried to fight, because for a long time you would have white cops in black neighborhoods, and this naturally had some kind of antagonism. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, guy. Look, lay down the law over there. Law. You get it.
All right, let's call the next
Let me
person.
finish my point. But the point is, so there was a movement from police districts to recruit people from those neighborhoods, and I think that's a very commendable situation. And it's always better when there is this kind of semblance of people knowing each other, because that de-escalates things immediately. If you and I got in a fight as opposed to me or you getting in a fight with a stranger, it's very different.
Yeah.
All right, our next person coming up, Taylor Lorenz's ex-wife. Come on down. Hurry up, Taylor Lorenz's ex-wife. I know you got to put on your freaking burqa or your hijab. Hurry up.
She's got the mask because she's got long COVID.
Quit running into walls.
You look like you're going to kick my ass when you get over here. Hang on.
All right, therapy. All right,
Mortal Kombat. No.
Looks like. Is that an Assassin's Creed getup?
I can't see anything with these glasses.
I think that's the point.
All right, what do you got for us?
Fuck.
Come on.
Hang on.
Speak into the mic. Let's go.
We're getting there. We're unlocking the phone.
Unlocking the phone.
First off, y'all a bunch of animals. You're putting everyone's life at risk by not wearing a mask. COVID-19 is very serious.
Thanks for trolling me.
Don't interrupt. Let Taylor Lorenz go.
Okay, regarding William McNeil, I've seen both videos. I believe the headlights not being on is a bullshit charge, so this may have been a DWB, but I believe he also had a suspended license, and they may have known that, pulling him over, but that wasn't mentioned in the video, I don't believe. Could that have been a factor in the stop?
Which stop and who?
The guy who got his window punched out and then he got punched in the face.
But
Like
he
2
had
weeks
weed
ago.
on him too, though. That guy he got arrested with.
But he got punched in the face. Was that okay?
No, that one didn't look good.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Let me ask you in all seriousness. If a cop punches someone who's clearly not fighting back in the face, should that cop go to jail?
Yes.
He should get assault just like everybody else.
Okay, great. Okay, we're on the same page.
Okay.
What are the likelihood that he'll
why
get assault
don't they?
charges?
What's that?
What's the likelihood that he will get charged?
And I'm going to be honest with you, because you've been honest with me so far. Because it's on camera, pretty good.
That's fair. That's fair.
Because it's on camera, pretty good.
Fuck yeah,
right?
kumbaya, motherfuckers.
Because it's not. If it wasn't on camera, there would be more of a difficulty of a burden of proof. But also because of your distrust of police, something that's happened, I think, in the positivity that people thought was going to be a bad thing, is that more and more officers are getting body cams.
That's right.
And I don't know if you'll agree with me or not, but I feel that since more and more body cams have come out, you've actually seen that police are more correct and honest in their police report taking and arrests than dishonest, like astronomical.
So I want to. Is she still talking? Okay. I want to agree with you and add something else. I think the percent of cops that people regard as corrupt is far lower in reality than people have claimed. The corrupt ones are not the ones that are getting bribed on the take. That's not a significant issue. It's the good cops that are the problem, because they are the ones who will smile and nod and follow orders from politicians and do whatever they're told. And I'll give you a very easy example. Cops are what?
Okay. Human.
Let me finish.
But Michael, we
No,
need to
I'm
include the audience a little bit. You're just talking the whole time.
I'm sorry. Okay.
I know. I'm just saying. Every time we make a point, should we have some people interactive and get them involved?
No, I just want to
Matt,
get this.
Matt,
I didn't come up here to,
like an
All right, guys. I think I'm done watching this video. This is it's really making my brain hurt. But listen, when it comes down to it, you're gonna have good cops. You're gonna have bad cops. Okay. You can easily prevent anything from happening. Just don't do anything stupid, okay? Don't listen to stupid people either. Like this guy, Michael Malice, is just stupid. He can't decide whether or not cops are good or cops are bad, clearly. You can tell, okay? Yes, there are bad cops, okay? We know this. There's proof of it. But there are good cops. There are hero cops. I mean, yeah. I don't listen to rap, but I know of a story. Lil Wayne. Everybody knows Lil Wayne. He knows Uncle Bob, who used to be a cop, who literally went in and saved Lil Wayne's life by physically picking him up, taking him to the hospital, making sure that he was saved because he was shot. He was just a kid, okay? The other cops just stepped over him, but Uncle Bob saved his life, okay? There are good people in this world. There are bad people on both sides of the law, okay? There, like I said, and I know just from experience, because I was on the bad side of the law, how much bullshit cops deal with. And I feel bad for them, okay? Because I know some of the shit that they go through, some of the shit that they have to worry about. You know, like when they have to go and do a drug bust and they end up dealing with a bunch of people that their lives are in danger every which way. I mean, you think about it, they got to worry about getting stabbed with needles. They got to worry about getting hepatitis from someone who's a junkie. They got to worry about people fighting back, people using weapons. I mean, they deal with a lot of shit, okay? You just got to look at it like if we get rid of cops, things will go south because there's gonna be those ones that start shit, and then there's a thing called mob mentality, and there's gonna be that group that follows it. I mean, you can see it all throughout the U.S. now. You see it all throughout the world right now. Okay, but I 100% agree with Rich. There are good cops, there are bad cops, and you know they do deal with a lot. It's amazing that he admitted that he's getting help because he is an SVU detective, and if you don't know what it is, that's a special victims unit. They deal with a lot of crazy, insane cases that you know most people in this world will not be able to deal with, but he does it. And I mean, he's a funny guy. He makes jokes. Okay, but you know, being funny sometimes is a coping mechanism, and I mean, honestly, like I think everybody should, you know, bless his heart, pray for him, and you know, wish him the best because it's like you know he some of the things he deals with is insane. But the fact that he brought the light out and showed the Buffalo school system and some of the things that they were doing, which was just heinous, heinous. And then you have Michael Malice coming and saying it's just all of it's bullshit and the cops are dumb and this it just it hurts my head. And like I said, when I was younger, I did a bunch of stupid shit. I know. I know what the cops go through because I put them through it. And in the long run, I'm glad they did their job because by them doing their job, it saved my life. And it has saved multiple people's lives. Okay? And not only that, it has also created lives by them doing their job because when I got clean and got out of prison, guess what? I had a son. I have a beautiful son, okay? He's 7 years old right now. He is my world. He is my motivation, okay? But none of that would have happened if the cops didn't do their job. So, like I said, do your own research. I mean, everybody's got their own opinions, and opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one. At the same time, this interview, or it's supposed to be a debate, it just blows my mind what the hell is coming out of this guy's mouth. Like he's got some deep rooted problems that he really needs to work out. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. You know, if you can like and subscribe and help me get these get these subscribers up. I'm just trying to, you know, take what's going on in this world and just show it to people. You know what? Like knowledge is power, okay? I mean, your brain is like a sponge. Soak up all the knowledge you can. And when you wake up, tell yourself, "Hey, today is going to be a good day." And you know, believe in yourself, pray every night, and just do what you got to do to be a better person every single day. And by you doing that, it's going to reflect on other people and it's going to rub off on other people. And guess what? By you practicing what you preach, people will want to be people want to hold the same standards. Respect isn't given, it's earned, okay? Treat people the way you want it to be treated. I hope you guys liked the video and God bless and we'll see you all later.